Hello, welcome to Analytics Educator. Today we are going to start a discussion on how to filter a data frame. So in the next few minutes I'm going to show you how easily you can slice or dice a data frame using R, and how you can use a conditional filtering using it. Okay, so let's first go to R. In the previous video I showed you how you can create a data frame. So in order to do that, first you need to create three vectors: name, age, sex. I have created them. Now I'm going to create a data frame. I will name it as data equals to, then you can write data dot frame. If any one of you do not follow how do I create a data frame, please refer to my previous video, and there I showed you how to create a data frame. People who already know that, you will be able to understand. Then I will write name, age and sex. I have created data frame, and if I check their properties by writing structure, you can see name and sex is factor, because I had not written strings as factors equals to false. If you write strings as factors equals to false and you create this data frame, now they have become character. Now the question is, in this data, this is a small data set with 3 columns and 10 rows. It's easy for me to check it. However, had it been a bigger data set and I want to check only its first column or second column, then how do I do that? Then it's very simple to do it. You simply write data and put a third bracket. Within the third bracket you write I want to check the first column, so simply write 1. It will understand I am referring to the first column. Now check, I am going to check only the first column. What if I want to see the second column or third column? Simply write 3. Then I get to see the third column or the second column. What if I want to check the first and the third column, 2 columns at a time? Then you can write, but whenever I am referring to more than one, so I told you that you need to be using a C. C means combine. Write C, then write 1 comma 3. That means I'm referring to the first and the third column. I get to see the first and the third column. Okay, and this is the entire data set. First and third column is name and sex, which I have gotten it over here. In this way I can check out any number of columns. If I want first and second column, then you can write first colon 1 colon 2. But when you are writing colon, you already know that C is not a compulsory thing to write. Even if I do not write C, still it does not matter, because it's not a compulsory thing to write. Alright, so in this way I can extract any column whichever I require. Now I will come to the next part, which is what if I want to extract few number of rows. Maybe I want the first row and the second row, I don't want anything else. Then how to do that? Then I will be writing the same way, data, put a third bracket and put a comma in between. Always remember, on the left hand side of the comma, left hand side means rows and the right hand side equals to columns. Okay, but if I do not put a comma, by default it is only for columns, but once I put a comma, now I have position for both columns as well as rows. So if I write on the right hand side, that means the columns 1 colon 2, that means it's going to show me the first 2 columns. And if I write on the left hand side 1 colon 2, that means it's going to show me the first 2 rows. Okay, that means first 2 rows for the first 2 columns. That's why I get name and age, first two columns and first two rows. If I want all the rows, so I can write 1 colon 3. It will show me all the rows, or I will leave it as blank. Blank means also all the rows. It's going to show me the first two rows for all the columns. Okay. If you just leave it blank, that means all the columns or all the rows. Now what if I want the first, third and the fifth row? Then I can write, again writing more than one, you need to write it with a C. 1, 3, 5. On the right hand side of the comma, that is blank, that means I am referring to all the columns. Alright, in this way I can check out any rows and any columns. Alright, now if I want to check the top 6 rows, top 6 rows of a data frame and all columns. In this way, can you tell me what will be the code? Yes, that's correct. It will be data 1 colon 6 comma blank, top 6 rows for all the columns. But yet there is another easier way to do it. That is by writing head bracket data. Data is the data set name. By default it's going to show you the top 6 rows for all the columns. That is the default number for head. It will by default shows top 6 rows for all columns. Similarly, what if I want to see the bottom 6 rows? Then I have tail data. It's going to show me the bottom 6 rows for all the columns. What if I don't want to see the top 6 rows, I want to see maybe more than 6 or less than 6, 10, 20, 30 or maybe 1, 2, then head data, put a comma and write 1. That means I want to see the first top row for all the columns. If I make it 2, that's going to show me the top 2 rows. Similarly in tail also, if I write 3, that means it's going to show me the bottom 3 rows for all the columns. Alright, this is how you can do any sort of slicing and dicing of the column and the rows. Now what if I want to see the name and sex column? So how would I write it? I will put a comma in between and I will be writing on the right hand side of the comma, that is C 1, 3. That's it. But just imagine there are huge number of columns and I do not know what is the index number for the name and sex. I know there is some columns like name and sex. I do not know whether it's the 53rd column or the 3rd column or the 5th column. I just know their name. So in that case, how do I write? I will be simply writing their name of those columns, name comma sex. The only thing is you need to put these names in inverted quotes. That's it. You do not have to put their index number. And in the row side, that is left hand side of the comma, I have left it blank. That means it's going to show me the all the rows for the column name and sex. Okay, it's going to show me. So this is how I can slice the columns even by their names. Now comes the next part. What if I want to do a filtering? In this data set, I want all the people whose age is maybe less than 20 years old. So how can I do that? Remember, whenever we filter, we always filter by rows. Okay, whenever we filter, so I will be writing data within third bracket and a comma I will be writing on the left hand side, because left hand side is for the rows. I want all the people whose age is less than 20 years. So I want to refer this column age. Okay, how do I refer this column age? Let me resize this window. How do I refer this? In the previous video I showed you how to write it with a dollar sign. I can write data $age. Data means the data frame. Dollar within that data frame I am referring to the column age, and I want it as less than 20. Okay, just write less than. This is the less than sign. Less than 20. You can give a space over here. It doesn't matter, you give one space, two space, or without giving any space, doesn't matter, but I will advise you to just put a space. It enhances the readability. And press Ctrl R. See, I have filtered the data. Now I have all the people whose age is less than 20. And if I want less than equals to, this is the sign for less than equals to. So if I write less than equals to maybe 22, that means 22 will also be included in my data. Okay, but I have not saved this result, so this result will be lost. If I want to save this result, you can save it as maybe by giving some name like rock. So rock will be this result. If I had not saved it, these results would not will be lost. It's only getting displayed, but it will not be saved. Similarly, I can use it by writing this is greater than 22. So I have all the values greater than 22, and this is greater than equals to 22. Sorry, this is greater than equals to 22. That means 22 also we included. This time I have also 22. Now what if I want to say I want all the people who are female? Okay, this is my criteria. Then I will be writing data first comma, then I will write data $sex equals to, but always remember, whenever you are writing equals to, you should be putting double equals to, not a single equals to. Equals to, just see, this is case sensitive. I told you this is F, and F is in capital letter, it should be in caps. But whenever you are writing any character, I told you you have to write it in quotes since it is character, so I have to put it in quotes. Now I have all the people who are female. Now in case I want to have all the people who are male, similarly I can change it to male. Now I have all the people are male. But now just imagine that there are more than male and female. Okay, there are 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 different categories are there. I want to see all the people except female. I want everyone except female. Then how can I write? I can write this exclamation marks. This is called not. Not equals to. Not equals to. In this case, since I have not, you do not have to put double equals to sign. Single equals to will suffice. So not equals to female. Then I have all the male, because I don't have anything other than male and female. So now I have all the male. Okay, so this sign equals to, this is not equals to, this is greater than, this is greater than equals to. Okay, now the rest are easy. This is less than, and this is less than equals to. I will be uploading a code base where I have written all these codes, whatever I am showing you. Okay, and all these codes will be given there, so you can download it. You do not have to pay anything for it, and you can use it for your reference. Next comes, what if I have to use multiple conditions at a time? It means, suppose I want to say I want all the female who are less than 20 years old. So two conditions need to be fulfilled. Okay, both the conditions need to be fulfilled. In this case I have there is something called a Boolean logic, that is and or. First I'm telling you and means I'm saying they have to be female as well as they have to be age less than 20. Both the condition needs to be fulfilled. So I can write comma, this is the same format. On the left hand side, first put the first condition. It has to be, I said they have to be female and less than 20. Okay, not less than equals to, just less than. So first I will be writing data $6 double equals to female and give this ampersand sign, that is and, then data age less than 20. Now see, both the conditions have been fulfilled. They are both age less than 20 as well as they are all female. Okay, now if I have another condition like I want to have people who should be either female, or if their name is A, then also I am okay to have them. Next condition is they need to be have female or their name should be equals to A. If either of these conditions are fulfilled, then I should have them in my result. Then how do I write it? Data, third bracket and a comma. On the left hand side I will be writing, so data $name, that should be A, or is written by this pipe sign. You will be getting it just above your enter button or beside your enter button, depending on your keyboard. You will be getting this sign. First condition is either they have to be A, their name has to be A, or data $6 equals to female. Now you see, everybody, all of them are female except this person. Why? Because their name is A. Okay, this is how I can have it. In this way you can have as many conditions as you wish by using and or. Okay, now the last part, this is one of the you can say I am including a tips and tricks. Just imagine that I have given you a condition by saying that I want the people whose name is A or C or E. Okay, I want to have them, 3 people, name A, C or D, A, C and E. So their names should be either A or C or E. If either of the conditions are true, show me. Then how will I write it? Data comma data $name equals to A, or I will copy this statement, or C or E. In this way I will be writing them. Now I have A, C, E, but the problem is it becomes too lengthy to write this code. Okay, just imagine there are 15 values. Now in this way I have to copy and paste it for 15 times. There is a shortcut to do it, an easier way to do it, that is data comma, you write data $name and then you write within percentage in, within percentage, write percentage in percentage, and then you write by writing C all the 3 things whatever you require. A, I want A or C or E. It means by writing percentage in percentage, we mean by if the name is A or C or E. Okay, this is just a shortcut way of writing this entire code, and let us execute it. See, we get the same result. In this way you can use it. Thank you so much for watching this video. We have discussed the entire filtering part. I will also be uploading some of the assignments. You can download it and practice it. And please subscribe our channel and let me know how you have liked this video. For any feedback, you can write it in your comment box, or you can mail us at analyticseducator@gmail.com. Thank you so much.